Long ago, in a quiet mountain village during Japan's late Edo period, people often spoke with deep respect about a retired samurai named Master Haruto. Although he no longer sought glory on the battlefield, everyone believed that he still embodied the true spirit of Bushido. They admired him because his greatest strength was never his sword. It was the discipline with which he governed his own heart. Among those who looked up to him was his young apprentice, Ren. Like many aspiring warriors, Ren believed that courage was measured by victory in combat. He assumed that a warrior who refused a challenge had surrendered his honor. One autumn morning, a wandering ronin entered the village. Stories claimed that he had defeated many swordsmen and delighted in provoking conflict. Before the gathered villagers, he loudly challenged Haruto to a duel. Instead of answering with anger, the old master simply bowed and walked back inside his dojo. The crowd whispered in confusion, while the ronin laughed, convinced he had frightened the old samurai. That evening, Ren could no longer hide his disappointment. He respectfully asked why his master had remained silent. Haruto calmly explained that every warrior must choose which battles deserve to be fought. He compared anger to a gift. If someone refused to accept that gift, it remained with the one who had offered it. Ren listened carefully, yet he realized that understanding such wisdom would take time. Several days later, the ronin returned. This time he went beyond insults. He frightened innocent families, scattered market goods, and threatened peaceful villagers. When desperate people rushed to the dojo asking for protection, Haruto quietly reached for the sword he had not carried in years. It was said that he did so not because his pride had been wounded, but because protecting others was the highest duty of a samurai. Rain began to fall as Haruto and Ren walked toward the village square. Beneath crimson maple trees, the duel finally began. The ronin attacked with overwhelming aggression, but witnesses later remembered that Haruto barely seemed to fight. Every movement was calm, controlled, and effortless. While the ronin exhausted himself with anger, Haruto remained perfectly composed. Then, in one flawless motion, Haruto redirected the attack, disarmed the ronin, and ended the fight without taking a single life. Silence settled across the courtyard. Everyone expected the final strike. Instead, Haruto slowly sheathed his sword and extended his hand toward the defeated warrior. After a long moment, the ronin accepted it. Those who witnessed the scene later said that mercy had achieved what violence never could. In that instant, two men were transformed. Years later, Ren became the master of the same dojo. Whenever his students asked what Bushido truly meant, Ren would tell them about that autumn day when he learned that courage is not always about defeating your opponent. He told them that its greatest lesson had not been found in the duel itself. It had begun much earlier, when Haruto chose patience over pride, silence over anger, and compassion over revenge. Generations came to remember that story because it revealed a timeless truth. Bushido was never simply the way of the sword. It was, above all, the lifelong practice of mastering oneself before attempting to master anyone else.